You got me?
What's good?
I can see you. Seiko, what's up?
Yo, life is good. Your show is good. Let me retract. Life is dope. Your show is dope. Yo, salute to your cousin. That the book, yeah, the book is something definitely to look for on the bookshelf. So yeah.
Look at Seiko. I love how we just uplift one another, even though we all are doing great. Peace to the guy. Thank you for coming on with me. Let me say, Seiko, saying like what he doing ain't dope. I got a text today from Seiko. He got a big text group. He stay updating us with stuff going on. He's well connected. When I say he is a man with a plan, connect with Seiko. He networks more than anybody. He understands how to pull people together, make more of what you're doing, put it out. Look, I gotta see how to get on your list. He streams. He got stuff going on. He's active. He's in a community. He's always doing something. He's abreast on issues. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on about Seiko, baby. So I'm gonna let him share with you himself about his resume and everything he got going on. So please let the people know what you got going on.
All right, yes. Well, salute the Queen. Once again, thank you for being on your platform. And I see you got the stars in the house tonight. I see Tina Vick out here, Terrence Moore. You got Terrence Moore here? Yo, I thought Tim Jones was the business, but you got the business on here. I'm Seiko Varner, and I'm your Hampton Road servant. And I can really kind of go on into a lot of things that I'm involved in. I'm involved in business, education, and entertainment. Those are my mainstays: business, education, and entertainment. So I call myself the edutainer. Salute to KRS-One for that term. Well, he didn't create it, but he popularized it. So I entertain, I educate, and I do business. And tonight we're talking about confidence. And hey, there's no better platform to talk about confidence than the Queen of Confidence. I mean, since I've met you, you walk into the room and the room lights up. You change the temperature. And the fact that you're able to teach people how to do that is incredible. And you're monetizing it. So I love it. And I really love the fact that you're able to show people how confidence can change the world. And that's kind of what I want to talk about, tonight, is how confidence can change your environment. Can I jump right on in? All right, Gucci. Oh, FUBU. All right. So one of the things that I'm heavily involved in right now is the community action team. You can find us on Facebook. We've really just kind of started, but it's called the Community Action Team. And just to give a little history, we used to be under the Hampton Roads Black Caucus, and then in January, we decided to become an independent organization for a number of reasons. But the main thing is the Community Action Team focuses on awakening and engaging the sleeping giant. So look, right on the news right now, they're talking about the politics of January 6th. If you watch the news, we're talking about what's happening in the State House and the legislature. Governor Youngkin just made a couple of changes and just signed some things into law. Virginia Beach and Norfolk, Portsmouth, Suffolk. We just had a whole bunch of new ordinances that just hit us. We're impacted by the decisions of our elected officials. And for so long, our people have really treated elected officials as either superstars or saviors. Somebody they really look up to, or somebody who's going to do everything for them. And too many times, our community has not said, this is what we expect, this is what we demand, and you will not receive our resources until we have assurances that our agenda will be followed legislatively while you're in office. And that's a confidence. That's a political confidence that, unfortunately, our community is really kind of growing into consciousness about. And so the Community Action Team, we're not a political team. We're apolitical. In other words, we're all about empowerment, and we use politics as a tool towards that community empowerment. Look, for instance, right now, there's a surge in crime, and to be honest with you, in America, there's going to be a surge in crime for easily the next 3 to 4 years. The police can't stop crime. The police have never stopped crime. Nothing wrong, and I'm not putting down our people in blue, but they never were designed to stop crime. I had a conversation with Garden Marcus. So for anybody who really is into gardening, there's this TikToker, and he's a YouTuber and an Instagrammer, but he has a really big following on TikTok, and his name is Garden Marcus. And I asked him, how do we handle weeds? Because he uses the garden as a euphemism for our society. So how do we handle weeds? And he said, well, weeds, whenever you see weeds, that tells you that there's something wrong in the soil. There's something wrong that needs to be addressed in the soil. And until you address, you can pull the weeds every so often all you want. More are going to come back. They're like baby kids. They don't die, they multiply, right? Why? Because there's something in that environment that grows weeds. And I'm not talking about marijuana, ganja. I'm talking about the things that destroys your grass. All right, that's what I'm talking about. How do we deal with the weeds? You change the environment. And so when we want to deal with this crime wave that's starting now and it's going to continue for the next 3 years, we got to do things in the environment to change that. We can't expect the governor to do it. We can't expect the police chief or the police officers. We can't expect the National Guard to do it. We can't expect the elected officials to do it. We kind of have to do these things ourselves. One of the ways we can do those is by saying, hey, elected officials, this is what we demand of you. This is what we're going to compel you to do. And for so often, we've listened to politicians give their platitudes about their platform. This is what I'm going to do if elected. This is what I'm going to do with my second term. And they're telling you what they're going to do, not necessarily us saying, this is what you need to do for us. But when you hire somebody, Vita, you hire somebody to fix your car, you tell them what to fix. You might say there's something wrong in the car, you find it out and then fix it, but you're giving directions. And that's how we have to address our elected officials. And so this might mean saying, hey, party, I know you expected our vote, but these are the things you're going to have to do because we don't have confidence in your ability to serve us and serve our agenda. We do have confidence that we have something that you want.
But look, I'll say that because y'all know I'm radical. I think those people should be third, fourth, or even fifth on our list for, even getting stuff done. We have to take responsibility for our personal economy. We have to take responsibility for the well-being of our family. We have to take care of ourselves and the community for the prosperous of our business. They don't even come into play if we take the time. Just like what I'm doing now with you, we're building, we're networking, we're sharing resources, and everything what you did, you didn't need a politician to do that. Everything you done, Seiko, you done when you bring people in to have when y'all did the hidden colors and all that. You not waiting on these people. You getting up and you saying what the community needs. You see the problem, you make the solution. And then you bring the people together and what we do come support it. So we need to better allocate our funds to one another, allocate our resources and our time investment in one another. And then when they see that, they can see, hey, I'm moving independent of you, your system, your party, and this is what we're going to do with it. So get on board or we just going to keep doing things without you. So I think
see, that's the part. That's the part. We're going to do things without you. Mm-hmm. We have to emphasize we're going to do things without you. All right. Now, the politics that we all deal with really do affect us. So, you mentioned bringing hidden colors. So there were some ordinances that we had to meet to be able to bring that to the movie theaters. Now, our elected officials, now that we know who they are, what they are, now we're conscious about how they act and how they can change things to make things more beneficial for entrepreneurs. We need to be able to say, hey, elected officials, these are the changes that need to happen in this particular area, in this particular ordinance, so I can be more profitable. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't do it, we're going to do stuff without you.
Correct, and do it. And
I love that. I love that confidence about you, and that's the political confidence that I think that we need to work towards.
Yeah.
And it's going to be challenging because, once again, we've seen the elected officials as superstars or as saviors. And a lot of us walking around like, hey, I'm voting blue no matter who. I'm red till I'm dead. Well, neither one of them have acted in our benefit since the 1800s. So why do we continue to fight, stand up, and to provide our resources to some entity, some party, some level of political action that has not served us? We got to do it ourselves. We're going to do it without you, and you're going to hurt because we're not going to support you. Now, that's going to sound radical. But you're a radical, so you rock with me. When I say if you ain't rocking with us, we ain't rocking with you. You can rock, you can understand that easily. Some of our elders, particularly in the civil rights soldiers time period, that wasn't a political consciousness they could even phantom. So when I say that to my mom, and my father, he's an ancestor now, but when I would say these types of things to them when I was starting to develop this awareness, they were like, N-word, you crazy. Where you get that from? We have to do this and we have to wait our time. That was the political consciousness that they were able to make changes in. But because they made some changes, now we can really take it to the full hill, baby. We can make things pop. And it's people like you and it's people who are developing confidence who will make things pop. So, hey, Vita, keep popping. Keep sharing the pop. Keep teaching others how to pop. Pray for others to pop. Teach others to pop. Speak it into existence so others people can pop. Let's get this thing popping. It's popping time.
Wait. Thank you. Peace, God. Thank you for imparting your wisdom. But please share your social media and everything, how people can tap in with you.
Well, I definitely, if you're in the Hampton Roads area, I would love for you to look up the Community Action Team on Facebook. We started in January after we came out of the HRBC. And so right now we're developing our Facebook presence, and then we'll move on to TikTok and, IG and Twitter. But personally, if you want to follow my movement, I have a YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel is Our Black Empowerment. So you can follow Our Black Empowerment on YouTube. You can catch me on IG or Twitter or TikTok at Seiko Varner, Sekovarner. And I'm really proud of my podcast. My podcast is called Get on Code. And our code is empowerment. It's kind of similar. We kind of based it on, Elder Neely Fuller's compensatory code. So our code is empowerment. Everything you eat should empower you. Everything you read, watch, everything you do should empower you. And if not, it's weakening you. So our code is empowerment. We need to get on code and make sure that everything that we do financially, economically, and those are two different things, socially, politically, spiritually, needs to empower us. Socially, get up with some folk like Vita so you can feel empowered when you develop your consciousness of confidence. Your consciousness of confidence. Economically, make sure that the money that comes into your resource becomes a resource for you triple, quadruple fold. Find ways to make sure that every dollar that you touch turns into $5, and you can use those $5 to uplift yourself and everybody around you. Politics of the day. Make sure those politicians, those elected officials get on code and say, hey, Vita said I got to do this. I might as well do this or I'm going to lose 10,000 votes. If I don't do what Vita says, I might not get 10,000 votes. You see where I'm going with this? That's confidence. That's empowerment. So Sekovarner. You can find me at Seiko Varner on Twitter, IG, TikTok. Look for the Get on Code podcast, wherever podcasts are heard. And hey, Vita, love what you're doing, Queen. Salute you all day. We in this.
No doubt. Thank you so much, Seiko, and peace to the God. All right. All right, I'm about to, please, thank y'all for saying. All right, T, let me bring you in. All right, T, request to join. See, request to join, and I'm gonna pull you in. You gotta request. Oh, okay. Let me see. If you can, hold on. That's so, let me see. I'm telling him to request to join. So if he can request, we're gonna